Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a ranked game in my Z52, going over the matchmaking real quick. Enemy Hack, Des Moines, Wooster, Daring, and Shima rounding out threats to my boat. The map is Shards, and we're going to go on ahead and kick this off. Basically just letting my team know I'm headed to BCAP. Z52 on BCAP can be a rather nice asset to have, simply because you got this island here that typically breaks line of sight from the usual capping locations. Z52 can see right through that with hydro. So it gives your team just a little bit of an advantage. Now there is one thing that I don't like that's going on, and that is the Shima going to A-cap. Usually the way this map plays out, North team takes C, South team takes A, everybody fights over B cap. So as we push in here, I'm just taking a look around, checking the team lineups again. Already we got the CV strikes coming in, and again, the CV spotting, they didn't do enough. I had a match, actually it was the game just before this, where basically the enemy team was delayed getting onto their free cap. This was on Greece, and I basically was just able to push up, and as soon as I finished capping our objective, just started shooting the spotted destroyers on the enemy team, and we kept their team reset for it was minutes before they could cap their supposedly free cap, and it was most of it was all due to the CV spotting. Now here I see the Henry and the Shima pushing up here to C cap. This could be a really ugly move for us, simply because we don't have anything really here protecting this flank. So I'm gonna push up here, and I'm gonna see if I can possibly pick a fight with the Shima. If you notice, RPF is behind the Henry, and that's telling me that I'm likely gonna run into the Shima, and there he is. Now the Shima, he gets in trouble because he goes to take this dangerous way around the island, and unfortunately he gets trapped because I'm squeezing him out. He's already under 5.5. He's driving at a pretty good clip, and basically just going to be able to take advantage of this guy. Taking a look at seeing where his torpedoes are. I don't want to be spotted with the Henry right here, so I go on ahead, I smoke up. There's no radar that I believe that's anywhere around me, so we're just going to go to town on this Shima. Down goes the Shima. Now I'm immediately going to transition my guns back onto the Henry and try to get the first get the resets, and then start looking at dealing some damage. And at this point, their flanking attempts starting to fall apart. This Henry, he's really feeling it now. He repairs the double fire there. And again, just gonna keep slamming shots into this guy, gonna keep using this smoke. He runs aground, and he's popped his repair party. Again, just trying to get those shots in on the superstructure, and my teammate eventually is able to put down the Henry. The Henry, though, puts down my Minotaur, but that clears out C cap for me to push out here and pick this cap up. Now see, this is an issue here with the Shima. He's all by himself. He's running for his life. Now if the CV's smart, he's not, you know, messing around with this double Des Moines crap. He is, you know, on that Shima. That Shima is way overextended. He is ripe for being killed, and the Shima's got a daring chasing him. The daring in and of itself isn't that bad. Shima can easily outrun a daring, but it's just too much firepower for one ship, particularly if the CV starts getting involved. Now my CV does a really good job getting fighter cover over the Shima, and that buys him some additional time to make good on his escape. Now that I've capped C cap, I'm going to rotate back towards B cap. Now, we've got this Wooster pushing in, and I'm thinking that he's either going to try to cap behind here or push in behind this island here and cap. Here I'm looking to see if I can't possibly line up some potential dual purpose torps right through this gap here. But I'm waiting for this Wooster to get close to going behind the island, and I'm gonna start throwing some shots out on him, try to get the some base defenses. I get him pretty much fully reset. I transition onto the Kreml and start doing the same thing I was doing. They're both starting to shoot at me, so I'm gonna juke a minute and just pop my smoke. I'm not really interested in trading a bunch of HP. Just trying to delay them picking up this capture point. This is kind of a little bit of a wasted smoke just because no spotting, but you know, it was worth it to try to avoid not taking any sort of damage while I disengaged. Wooster radars me, and I'm, you know, just gonna juke. I mean, Wooster does have a lot of DPM, but it's really floaty shells, and I mean, even something as big as a Z52, you should be able to avoid a lot of that damage. Who says fat boats can't move? Now, we get lucky here. We get a spot on the daring. Now my CV is going to do a good job lighting them up for the team. Excuse me. And my teammates are going to go ham on this guy. Now, what I don't want is this guy pushing up into C-cap and capping it. So I'm going to start making feed over there to try to cut his advance off. You can already see the effect that my team's having on him. Daring's being forced to smoke up. Got some more shots coming in from my team. Now the Daring's on fire. That's telling me that most likely with that pause in the engagement, he's blown his damage control. He's going to burn a while. So even if the CV isn't here, I'm close enough that I can spot him with the fire. So I'm just content right here. Okay, he's repaired. It's the plane spotting him. And I'm just going to keep coming down on him. He's got another fire on him. And I'm just going to watch him burn out. I'm ready to intervene if I need to, but with a Kreml and a Wooster under 10 kilometers away, I'd rather not. I pop hydro just to make sure that he hasn't tried to sling torps either towards me or towards a teammate. And gonna start rotating down to try to deal with this situation. Now, what I'm looking at right here, this Kreml's getting ready to push the flank, especially with my Shima just going down. This Kreml is looking at this two juicy Des Moines sitting right here on the point, and it's pretty much an all-you-can-eat buffet as far as he's concerned. And I'm just going to try to rush in there as quickly as I can and try to support these guys. Uh, One of the downsides, Kreml is extremely tanky. It appears to have a really good torpedo belt. Uh, Looks like torpedo hits to the torpedo defense system on this ship averages less than 8k per torpedo for Z52 torps. Uh, so it's this isn't ideal. Now, one of my Des Moines tries to push him, and I mean, Des Moines just gets torn up by this ship. This is a very tanky battleship with the bonuses for close quarters, dispersion, and all that kind of stuff. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to drop one set of torps in here. And I'm just going to race right through here. I didn't want to risk trying to put two sets of torps through here. And there, just going to drop the next set of torps. Going ahead, dropping my smoke. I'm within proxy detection distance, but I'm pushing out right now to get outside of it. And I'm just watching this guy. He's flooding, and I'm content to let him flood. There's no need for me to shoot. I could shoot right here if I needed to intervene and finish him off. But that's why I laid the smoke the way I did. I basically wanted to create that distance that if I need to finish him off, I easily could safely without him being able to get a fully locked on shot on me, because this battleship close in is absolutely ridiculous. Wooster gets spotted again. I'm getting ready to duck behind the island, so just going to sling some shots out there. And now my Des Moines and my Montana, they're gonna make a really good squeeze play right here. Montana is gonna push south of the island to zone this out. Des Moines is fighting this Wooster, basically forcing him to angle towards the Des Moines. You see the AP coming in. There's the Montana hits, and my Des Moines finishes him off. And that's gonna about do it for this game. Now, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this game, or about ranked in general. I haven't played a few games today. One of the number one things that I see is the economy does not favor destroyers in the least. With as hard and as risky as capping is, uh, they've left it the same kind of miserly rewards that they had from, I believe, 2 seasons ago. And it seems to me like your first full base capture is worth somewhere around 600 XP. And then the next full capture is worth half of that. And I had a 3 full capture game with 25% HP done to a Shimakaze, and I barely broke 1400 with that. And that's kind of rough when you're looking at it from this standpoint of it can be hard to deal damage some games. This game, the only reason I did a bunch of damage was I had a battleship that tried to push into my team, and I was able to YOLO torp him. Uh, but a lot of games, it's coming down to which destroyer can survive and push caps and uh, basically try to outlast the enemy destroyer. Um, Now you also get a lot of maps like North where destroyers don't really matter that much because the caps are so close that you can just push right in. Now here, 2 full base captures, 12 base defenses, you know, all of that stuff, you know, not even breaking 2200 XP on a destroyer. That's kind of rough. It goes to show just how favored damage is over all of the other stuff that you're doing to help your team win a game. Uh, so just want to point this out right now. I think the biggest headache for destroyers that I see is the economy. I don't. It's rare for me to see destroyers, topping the XP charts. I played a bunch of games today, and I think I saw 2 or 3 destroyer games where a destroyer was in the top 1 or 2, and you've got to somehow do a lot of damage to be able to bring in the XP, which goes back to my original video for this ranked, where I was talking about the economy as it relates to CVs. Right now, it's been a lot of mostly battleships topping the XP charts. So we'll see if that trend continues as the season goes on. Um, but I wanted to get at least one ranked video done today so I could talk a little more about the game mode, my experiences with it. Honestly, CVs right now, they're not. It's kind of like a random battle. They're just there. They can annoy you, that kind of thing, but they're not really wrecking my day as far as I'm concerned. Um, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you got any questions or comments, leave them below. I hope you're having a good night, and if you're playing ranked, good luck to you guys. Uh, I will talk to you guys later.